Welcome back to Wise Guys Sports with your hosts Wilton, Jackson, and Julius Kizzy. And we're going to jump right into some predictions for the show and for the upcoming week. You know, Wilton, you got the USM women's basketball versus LA Tech in the last game of the regular season. Who do you got?
I got USM. It's their final game of the season, right before they prepare to go to the Conference USA tournament. I'm liking the Lady Eagles against La Tech.
You know, I'm gonna agree with you this week.
It's about time. It's about time. And Bill McGillis just said, make sure Julius is doing what he's supposed to do.
I am doing so. Like I said, USM men's baseball, I'm sorry, they have a 3-game home series against Oakland. Who do you have? Or excuse me, how many games do you think the Golden Eagles are going to win, or do you have them winning any games at all?
I actually don't have them winning all 3 games. I have them winning 2 out of the 3 games.
I think they're going to go for the sweep. I really think it's time for them to have another sweep like they did against Mercy in the beginning of the season.
And you got to think about it. They're just coming off that big win against Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, exactly.
So hopefully they can pull over into the next series.
Exactly. So USM softball, we have USM with Coach Hogan here. You know, she was a great guest today.
Right.
You have her team going up against University of Texas at San Antonio. Who do you have?
I'm going to pick USM in this, and I'm going to tell you why. This is their first conference action of the season. Lady Eagles are playing really well in terms of as a team. And like we said, I just feel like USM is gonna do it.
I really feel like USM is gonna pull out too because you know they've been going through so many teams this year. I really feel like that Coach Hogan is gonna give them a wake up for this game. NBA predictions: you have Toronto versus Charlotte. Who you got?
Toronto. No questions asked. I got Toronto.
Let me get Toronto too. Miami versus Washington.
Now, I'm gonna go with Washington, but I do think it's gonna be a close game.
I think I got Miami. I think Hassan Whiteside is going to provide that really good post presence that's going to neutralize Nene and Gortat down low. And I think Dwayne Wade and Goran Dragic are going to show up this game. And I think because Washington, they're having so many struggles right now with their coach Randy Whitman, and he's just not getting that team ready and prepared every night. Right. So I really feel like Miami's going to take that game.
They may get it in a close one. It won't be a blowout by no means.
So you feel like Washington's still going to win that game?
I do. I think Washington can win that game.
All right, what's the next game on the slate?
Dallas versus Golden State. Now this is, you know, your Texas boys. You know,
so how many times I gotta tell you, dude? I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, not a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Tony Romo.
Hey, whoa. Okay.
Tony Romo next.
Give me Golden State.
I'm going with Golden State as well.
Cleveland versus Atlanta.
Now this is gonna be this is the playoff game that we look for.
Cleveland
in the season.
Cleveland.
Why do you say Cleveland?
Nobody's gonna stop LeBron?
Of course not. We understand that, but at the same time, we've seen teams that are team oriented actually beat LeBron on his own court.
And you know who played with LeBron?
Oh gosh. So who do you got in this game? No.
You already know. I got Cleveland.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stick with Atlanta though.
You know, the other day, my co-host Wilton what's your middle name, Wilton? For the
Wilton
record?
Charles Jackson.
Wilton Charles Jackson, the second.
Yes, the second.
The second, because the first should have said this. The first should have corrected you. My co-host said Dwayne Wade would have won the 2005-2006 championship against the Dallas Mavericks even without Shaq. That's the most idiotic thing I have heard since sliced bread was not a thing.
Crazy.
You were insane. How do you feel like Dwayne Wade does not need Shaq?
Dude, I didn't say he didn't need Shaq. I said if he had to do it without Shaq,
Who else would he have?
Think about
who else would he have?
No, he would have had just himself. But listen to this.
You think Dwayne Wade could have beat the whole Dallas Mavericks team by himself?
Of course not. But he didn't. I'm saying he would have had some other role players around him. But the thing that I'm trying to tell you is you're putting Shaq as if he was the same Shaq.
Shaq is a Hall of Famer.
Okay, he's a Hall of Famer, but he wasn't the same Shaq.
He was 2 years removed from LA.
But he still didn't have that same impact.
Was he out of his prime?
Yes.
You're crazy.
Dude, the guy only played like what, 60, like 50?
He played 59 games.
Okay.
He took rest.
It's a rest. What is a rest?
Ask Dwayne Wade, your boy.
Okay, but if it wasn't for Dwayne Wade doing what he did in that series, they wouldn't have won that.
Everybody needs rest. A guy like Shaq who's an unbelievable force down low, he's going to need rest because his knees do get tired.
Okay.
If you didn't know that.
Dwayne Wade has bad knees. He needed a rest, but did he take one?
What? So he don't take him now?
Okay, of course. This is now we're not talking about.
Okay, Shaq was 32 when he played with the Heat. He was 32.
Okay.
Dwayne Wade was 31 taking breaks. Okay. I think he might be 32 now.
But we're still getting away from the point. The point is, the major point at hand of what we're saying is, we said could Dwayne Wade win that championship if he had to?
Who else could you put down there and he could win with the championship? If Shaq is not down, the thing you're failing to realize is, Dwayne Wade, yes, he averaged plus 30 in that whole series. But without Shaq down there, there is no other offensive viable option on that team. Jason Williams, Antoine Walker, are you serious?
Dude.
Alonzo Mourning, are you serious? You're gonna put the ball in their hands and say, "Give me a bucket," because Dwayne Wade can't score 50. He can't average 50.
So what? Shaq scored 15, 20 points in each of one of those games.
Let me correct you.
Give me the stats.
So in the four games that they won, games 2 through 6, when they came back to beat the Dallas Mavericks,
okay,
Shaq had 16, 11, and 5, 17, 13, and 3, 18, 12, and 1, and 9, 12, and 1. He averaged a double-double in those 4 games that they won the series, and he didn't need Shaq.
Go back and look at Dwayne Wade's stats.
42, 13, and 2, 36, 6, and 3, 43, 4, and 4, 36, 10, and 5.
43?
He shot 28 times.
Okay, but he had to.
No, he didn't.
Come on, Julius. Are you serious? This is not the same Shaq that was dominant in L.A. He shot the ball.
Why wasn't he? Why wasn't he?
Because he's getting older.
Because he couldn't. Because he didn't have the ball.
Julius, you have
when you're a post player, straight up, you cannot bring the ball up the court. So you don't have a choice to get the ball.
But look, okay,
Shaq shot 9, 8, 12, and 11 times. He didn't get to shoot that many times.
I understand, but if he was still that dominant, they still would have found a way to work the ball into him.
Okay, they would have gave him the ball, but Dwayne Wade obviously wasn't thinking about that when he was shooting 28 times a game.
No, Dwayne Wade was thinking about, I need to win this championship for my team. Now, granted, hold on. Granted, Shaq was a part of that, but if Dwayne Wade wouldn't have did what he did, they wouldn't have won that championship.
How do you know Shaq couldn't do it by himself if he only got 9 shots?
He could not. That's why.
Because he only got 9 shots.
No, that's why Dwayne Wade was taking so many shots. He had to. He was forced to.
Let me ask you this. Does Russell Westbrook take that many shots if Kevin Durant is playing?
He has at times. Not now.
And what happens?
They probably didn't win.
Okay then. But you need to share.
That's a whole nother different story. You're looking at.
You need Shaq down low as an offensive presence, so you can shoot this many times a game. And so, did you forget about the 11, 13, 12, and 12 rebounds? 12 rebounds a game that he needed because he was missing so many shots. Okay. Are you serious?
Okay, yeah, he missed some. Granted, you're not gonna make every shot.
Of course, you're not gonna make every shot.
You're not gonna make every shot, but at the same time, like you have to understand that Dwayne Wade was forced to do it. Like you said, his other players.
Nobody is forced to shoot 26 times a game. If your name's not Kobe Bryant.
Julius, be realistic with yourself. You just heard the stats. You gave me Shaq stats. You gave me Dwayne Wade stats in that series.
Listen. I'm not comparing them side to side. I'm saying Dwayne Wade needed Shaq.
He didn't. Okay, we see that he needed him obviously because they won the championship. But
so what are we arguing about?
No, what we're arguing about is could he have done it without Shaq? No, he could have did it without Shaq. But you know what? And I would pose another question that I brought up the other day when we were having this conversation, but we're not going to do that. We're not.
Like I said, Dwayne Wade needed Shaq because Shaq was the down low presence and interior offensive presence. So, hey, he needed him. You feel like he don't need him. We'll continue next week with another hard question because I don't know what you're talking about. So.
All right. That wraps up the show. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at WiseGuySports_. Make sure to check us out on Facebook at WiseGuySports for the latest sports news. And follow us, your hosts, on Twitter at Wilton Reports and Julius_Kids. And until next time, this is Wise Guy Sports.